I just finished reading this book, O's Little Guide to Finding Your True Purpose, written by the editors of O, the Oprah magazine, and I found it to be a very good little inspiring book. It took me 3 hours. I'm a very slow reader. It's only 200 pages, not even 200 pages, 160 some pages. And I wanted to share with what I like about it. It was not written by Oprah, which is what I thought. There's a quote by Oprah in the beginning of the book, and then there is a quote by Oprah on the back of the book, which are nice quotes, and I think I've heard her say them before, but this book is not written by Oprah. But I still liked it. What it is, it's a bunch of little short stories, little short anecdotes written by several different authors. And I would like to share just a couple of the things that I liked. Jennifer Krause said on page 18, when you're trying to find your purpose in life, do I have a talent or idea that could turn this problem into yesterday's news? Kind of makes you think, is there something that I can do to make this world a better place, something that is unique? Okay. Danzy Senna says on page 87, begin the process of becoming the person you want to be when you die. So what she says is that we're all going to die eventually. So become now the person that you want to be when you die. She was thinking that she was really sick and then realized that she was going to die no matter what. So she might as well be that person now that she wanted to be. Martha Beck says on page 111 that once you have a new insight, that's the key to sustaining a new insight, eliminating whatever threatens to recloud your vision, and hold tight to your breakthrough. So she had a moment of enlightenment and decided that she didn't want that to be clouded over. Mary South said on page 153, there are many good reasons not to toss your life up in the air and see how it lands. Just don't let fear be one of them. So this one is don't let fear control you. Parker J. Palmer said on page 164, our highest calling is to grow into our own authentic selfhood, whether or not it conforms to some image of what others think we ought to be. In doing so, we find not only the joy that every human being seeks, but also our path of authentic service in the world. I liked that because authentic service, he says later on the next page that the gift of self is finally the only gift we have to give. So giving of your own self, you're doing for someone something that no one else can do. You can give of yourself, and that is something that no one else can do. And it says that in doing so, we find not only the joy that every human being seeks, but also our path of authentic service in the world. On page 65, he also says, when we are on the wrong track, the soul feels violated and abused and cries out for change. And Oprah reminds us on the back of the book, regardless of how good you feel, you can live more vibrantly. That, as I see it, is one of the purposes of life, to continuously get better, to constantly move forward. How far can you go? How far can you grow? What will it take for you to fulfill your potential? And her quote in the very beginning of the book is also worth reading. We are all called. If you're here breathing, you have a contribution to make to our human community. The real work of your life is to figure out your function, your part in the whole as soon as possible, and then get about the business of fulfilling it as only you can. So my takeaway from this book is live fully, live your purpose, find your purpose. There was one quote, there was one section in here, and I didn't underline it, so I'm not going to be able to find it right now. But someone said, finding your purpose is like trying to find a treasure in sand using a metal detector. Go over your life in your childhood and look for those moments of happiness. And when your metal detector goes beep, 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 then you know that you found something important. So if you are looking over your life and you find you are very happy doing this one job or this one project, then perhaps that is something that you need to follow. I find myself being drawn to my hardware engineering classes where I write the program, where I write the code that goes on to computer chips. And those were really fun projects. I loved doing those. I loved doing my homework in those classes. And I find myself being pulled in that direction to do hardware programming. And if you follow your heart, if you follow your own little metal detector, then you'll find yourself going in a good direction, a direction that feels good. What Wayne Dyer says is that it will be the path, finding your purpose will be exciting. Not just the end result, not just getting the job or not just landing the career that you are looking for, but getting to that moment is also exciting. Abraham Hicks says that too. So this was a great little book. I got it on Amazon for somewhere around $5, and I've read it and I've really enjoyed it, and I'll pass it on to someone else.